And live again. All right, so I'm gonna try to do these as many as possible until the day I die, I guess. I don't even know what I was gonna say there, but 1/7/2019, another day in 2019 that we're profitable. So far, we have made money every day this year. Some people have made more money than others. I'm grinding it out and supplying the information. Guys, if you want to join us, it's hitthebid.com. Come and join us. Right now, we're in beta mode, so we're building the site as we're going along, but the live portion of the show is always open. So right now, just to give you an update with the INSG, I decided to sell 300 of my shares just to take something off the table. I put a stop at 515, and I got stopped out of 300. I'm looking at the stock this way. INSG. I want to own it, but I'm not a huge fan of owning stocks anymore because I don't need to. You know, this market, AXSM in particular, proves once again who needs to own stocks. We shorted this thing at 7 down to 6. We bought it back at 640 up to 7. Then we traded it from 7 to 750. Then back below 750, 750 back to 7. Then shorted it again at $7 down to 640 again. What do I need to own it for? I just traded it long and short 5 times today, all for profits. And the same thing with UVXY. Now, I've been talking about shorting UVXY, right? And we're taking some SPXY overnight. We have the put spreads on UVXY. But guess what we did during the day? We traded UVXY long because it came out of the bottom range. Now, does that mean that I'm going long UVXY? No. I have 9 accounts. So a lot of times I'm trading against one of my positions in another account. So if UVXY looks good for 45 minutes, I'll trade it to the long side in that 45-minute period. But I still think this thing's on its way to disintegrating down to 65, maybe even $50, because tomorrow will be a really big tell. What I think is going to happen is tomorrow will be that moment where you see how truly awful UVXY used to be. It's not as bad as it used to be because the market finally got volatile and it started acting like a real stock. But tomorrow, I think if the market is down, and considering UVXY has already started its descent, that tomorrow will be that crossover event where the market could be relatively weak, you know, slightly down. What's up, Warlock Jr.? She's going to make a video about discipline later.
Can I do it right now?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm leaving in a half hour.
Well, you got to rehearse and do it right.
I already did rehearse.
Okay, let me see what you got. Go.
No.
Remember her sitting on my lap doing videos?
Ah, my bad.
Oh my God, I heard that crack. All right, so what I was going to say was UVXY, now that it's starting its descent, the market could be relatively weak. Let's say we give back this 110 points. UVXY will not be up that 5-7 points tomorrow. Unless, again, we really roll over and start getting hammered and that fear comes back, we will get a move. But I'm not anticipating that. And I'm not holding any lots that's going to damage my entire life. If SPXY goes down $1 tomorrow and UVXY is up 4 points, not really much is going to change. Because everything that we're in right now has been paid for from the original UVXY short and the original UVXY put spread from last week and from last week. So INSG, still like it. Obviously still like it, INSG, but I took something off the table today just so I could claim victory on some of these shares, sold 300 at 515. Looking to buy a June call spread. So I'm thinking if I could get the Junes for 5, the June 5s for 1, and I'm going to sell the 750s for 50 cents, the stock could go to 0 and I'm out 50 cents. Stock goes to 750. The dollar contracts that I paid for the 5s will be worth $2.50, so that's $1.50 right there, plus the 50 cents that you're keeping on the 750 calls. So you're risking 50 to make $2 on a stock that just has to go up to 750 by June, which is what exactly we think is going to happen. So that's a way to play the INSG long without really having to be exposed to more than a 50-cent drop, a 50-cent risk. Ameren, we're completely out of it. As much as I like the way this held all day, I still am not compelled enough to want to hold that many overnights. because of the action. Look at this UVXY move into the close, giving me it's already proven me wrong. So again, I don't want to hold overnights because there's no reason to. Because again, what's your end game? You want to make money, right? So do you want to own AMD here at 2056 for the chance that it might go to 2150 tomorrow? Who cares? I'm not going to hold stocks overnight on a whim that they might go up tomorrow. Chances are I'll find 3 trades tomorrow on the reversals, something that reports earnings in the next couple of days, or who knows? I don't know. I don't know what AXSM is, but it was my bitch today. We destroyed the stock left, right, and center, and now we don't own it. And that's the best part about trading. And look how it closed right at $7. Amazing. Amazing. So we even traded JDST today, but I would never suggest anybody owns or holds any gold stocks. JDST, the worst. JNUG, terrible. Nugget, awful. GDX, all those gold stocks are completely worthless. But man, they were fun to trade today because you had some activity. So join us live every day. Tomorrow will be more. I'll go live earlier, except I just don't like pushing, 3 different live things all at the same time. It kind of bogs down the software. So the easy answer is join us live in the room. Hold on a second. I think the live chat room doesn't work anymore, but let's see. I don't know. Is this thing still working? Hi. It works. All right, so that would be a big moment tomorrow. All right, that's all I wanted to say. God bless. Hey, what's up, man? We are now flawless for the year. And by the way, I appreciate your concern about my teeth. Yeah, they're fucking crazy. Now I'm just going to pull them out. I'll just gum my food like medieval times. Like every time I go to the dentist, I'm just talking about this guy. Every time I go to the dentist, I'm out $1,000. You know what? Let them all rot. I'll gum my food. I'll eat more soup and pasta. So I can't have pretzels and popcorn as much as I wanted to anymore. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm having a bad week. I got 2 teeth that fell out. There's like chips. I got like little nubs. Just awful. Anyway, tomorrow's another day. I really implore you to join us. It's free, at least for the time being. All right? And man, some of these trade ideas, again, if you're paying for an alert service, I don't think anyone's going to alert you to more high quality trades than this guy right here. I mean, and again, if you're a swing trader, it would have been awesome. Again, I didn't really want to push the issue, but it's amazing where some of these stocks have gone and where they came back to and now where they've bounced. So, I mean, the oil and energy, that's what got it started for me. I love the biotech because that's the first sector you want to go after in a recovery. We went over these concepts before, but, the rig trade, your Cliff, your US Steel, your AMD, the ICPT was a phenomenal one. But, again, I'm only in, I got some HTGM. And for God's sakes, I mean, let's not forget, Dry Ships has been a pretty damn good trade lately. I mean, it's awesome. Dry Ships is trading like a real stock lately, which is kind of frightening, but the market's already crashed. So are we going to crash again? I don't like Roku. That's one stock. I mean, I'll trade it when they report earnings if it's a reversal or a VWAP break, but I don't get it. And I don't get Roku because to me, isn't that just like an aggregation of other people's stuff? So if you've got Roku platform gives you Netflix and the Hulu and Prime Video, but what does Roku get out of it other than organization of all the products? Because I got Hulu, I got Netflix, and I got Amazon Prime, I don't see the point of a Roku. I have a Roku TV, which gives me a platform to get the Netflix and the Hulu. I don't get it. Today, the trades were, Ameren earnings reversal was the highlight of the day. We traded some bizarre stock, AXSM, short from the beginning of the day, caught 2 longs in the middle of the day, and then we shorted it again late in the day. JDST, on the destruction of all those gold and mining stocks. We bought JDST when that went green at 45. That was a pretty damn good trade. Right now, it's free. Come on out. Come on in. I don't talk pricing until I get to know you, depending on how much hands-on you need. But come on in. We'll talk. Just send me your information. By the way, I got a new email address if anybody wants to email me. thewarlock@hitthebid.com. Please don't refer to me as Kenny anymore. I have now evolved. I will only be known as the Warlock, Master, Sir, or Your Holiness. I did like Twitter. I don't like it. I don't like it under. I don't like it under over 30. I'm not chasing anything. Listen, I love U.S. Steel. Love it, but I don't love it here. I think the stock's going back into the 30s this year, but I will not chase a nickel in this market because you don't have to. I will wait for my price on anything. There's no reason to chase. Today was a great example. We traded just our range breaks and our VWAP reversals. Phenomenal day. Did we miss out on a bunch of trades? Obviously, but I don't chase. MU missed it. Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch TV. Did something happen? I only watch CNBC the first 20 minutes of the day to find the stocks I've never heard of on the bottom ticker. I like going to CNBC just so I could see some of the high percentage gainers because the ones that are mostly active are the ones going on their ticker. That's how I found AXSM. I don't know what this is, but I'm sure as hell going to be trading it tomorrow. I destroyed this thing today. Not destroyed it. I'm trading small lots, but I was on the right side of it 4 times. Too long, too short. Again, if I was trading some size, it would have been a lot more extraordinary. But the first trade was coming on. Yeah, if you want to go through it, the first trade was just right from the beginning of the day. Our first trade. You got this monster move up in the pre-market. So as soon as the market opened up and it broke under the VWAP, I gave it a shot at 690. I can. Yeah, Thinkorswim, you can watch CNBC. So AXSM, our first trade was shorting it at the VWAP 691 down to the multi-day VWAP at 650. Great way to start the day, right? That was in the first 4 minutes of the day. And then it broke down, and then it broke down some more. And then we started crying about it when it broke under 6. Shorted it again because of the whole number. That trade was only good for about 15 cents. My last cover was 589. Then it formed a new range underneath our multi-day VWAP. So covered it. Yeah, I covered some at 589, but I got stopped out of the rest at 6. Still a winning trade, right? So then when it broke over our multi-day VWAP at around 10:33, we bought it again at $6.32, and it spiked up to 655. Phenomenal, right? That's where it got a little, it ran away from us big time, right? So selling it at 652, it formed a new range. That one I didn't participate in. That was when we should have bought it at 675, back to the 7. But that's when it started getting absolutely nuts because I like this thing at, 625, and then I'm buying it again on the range break at 785. Now, why am I buying it at 785 when I didn't want to buy it at 665? Is because it broke a new range. So at 785, we're thinking inevitably this thing has to go to 8, and if it could break 8, at that point we're thinking $10 because once you got over 750 and you broke the opening pre-market range, we're thinking 10. So again, we're long the stock at 785. It rips to about 8.25. I'm not hanging on to this thing till 10 bucks. I mean, I'm selling into that move. Next thing you know, you get a double top at 866. It starts to roll over. I'm thinking I'm a hero. And then it gets that one more spike up to 889. We were out of this thing the whole time until it broke back under the range. So the next trade was that's the trade that you're talking about. Right here at 105, we traded it again to the short side, 690. Just exactly what you said. So 680, 690, 690 at 105. We're trading it again short for the VWAP retracement. So that was a decent one. We got some 690 down to 645. That was pretty sweet. Covered at 645. We missed the plummet down to 675. But what did it do? Next thing you know, it's forming a new range underneath the 1 minute. And this is the one where we kind of broke even on this one. Got back in at around 740. And we were looking for it to get to 750. It got to 750, but then it rolled back over. That was a flat trade. Sorry, that was flat. Got out pretty flat, plus or minus 1 cent. And then the last trade of the day was this rollover again when it broke back under 7. And we made 20 cents on it again. So just forming the ranges and just playing this thing plus or minus around the VWAP was awesome. It's pretty good. And I like being able to trade stocks that I've never heard of. As long as it's forming ranges and I got VWAP to give me a little bit of a guide, love it. Love this stuff. Well, oil, I don't know. Well, what I think what's going to happen with AXSM, by definition, stocks that, again, when I see the word therapeutics, right, and it's something that's up 200%, I think scam, always. 9 out of 10, I would say 98 times out of 100, these stocks roll over to back where they came from. Does that mean it's going to be a definite short tomorrow? Definitely not. But if it gaps up and rolls over and breaks these levels that it did today, we'll hammer it. But if it gaps down and goes green, the people that were betting against it will have to cover, and this thing will probably have a decent up move. So again, we trade what we see. So that'll be what we're looking to do tomorrow. Definitely looking at AXSM. US Steel today was the first day. No, didn't even trade it once. Kind of missed it on the short. I didn't trade AMD at all today. Really, it was Ameren, AXSM, JDST, SVXY, UVXY. That was pretty much the whole day. I was actually looking pretty good as a short there for a moment. That was a great bottom also. Any of these stocks that dipped into the teenagers, the ones that rolled over, like your Twitter, not Twitter, but AMD, US Steel, when they got through the 20s and just went right into the teens, that's where those, you had some real support. We'll see if we get a chance to buy that again. I mean, just like the rig down under 750, the cliff under 750. 750 is a huge number. 5 is a huge number. 1250, 15, 1750, 20. Those are massive numbers. So right now we got UVXY rallying in the aftermarket. So what's that tell us? Maybe we're going to see some weakness in the market today. Now, if you are watching VWAP, UVXY generally does not follow VWAP because it's not a volume-based product, but it certainly is lately. It definitely is lately. These last 2 months, UVXY definitely has been following the VWAP. So now that you got the stock, you basically went down and tested the lows of the day and you bounced. Look what you just reverted back to the VWAP, to the penny. Right now, the VWAP on UVXY is 71.33. Boom. Just hit it by a penny. It's incredible. This stuff is incredible. But again, it's not just the VWAP and the multi-day VWAP and the stuff that we like to use. It's forming your own range. And then if you break down or out of that range, you will then revert revert to the VWAP up, or you'll revert back to the VWAP down, like MU reverted back down, AMD, well, not AMD, but UVXY reverted back up. AMD kind of just hung out in the middle there the rest of the day. But a lot of good stuff. Just a lot of good stuff. Yeah, I was surprised AXSM was actually shortable on my platform, but plenty of shorts available. And as far as UVXY, that one's not shortable. What I've been doing on UVXY is I'm selling an at-the-money call naked to participate in the short. And that's how I've been playing it. That's why I don't want to hold it overnight too much, because there's no risk rewards against you. You know, if you're short a $75, you know, a $72 call, you're only going to make the $2 that it's worth, where you're exposed to unlimited risk. Nothing's a buy. The market's closed. I don't know what's going to happen. Nothing's a buy right now. If I have to choose one stock to buy, it's INSG. That's it. INSG is really, or Cron. If you have a gun to my head and you need 2 stocks to own, I'll give you the 2 stocks that I own. I'll talk my book. Cron at any price with 750 as an out, which is an insane, you know, again, who wants to lose 5 points? But INSG just broke out, held 5, looks pretty good, you know? So that one I'm liking. But there's no point to owning, I should say there's no point in holding, short or long right now, because there's so much activity during the day. Just trade those first couple of hours. And if you're like me and this is what you do, find some range breaks later in the day. You find something like AXSM that's traded beautifully in all the ranges. It was a phenomenal trading stock today, as well as JDST. You know, JDST was pretty good. You had a couple of follow-throughs. I'm using the 1 minute's the standard, right? But we've morphed that into multi-time periods. So I have it on an hourly basis, I have it on a daily basis, and I have it on a multi-daily basis. So I'm looking at 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And then for the swing trades, if I decide I want to do some swing trades again, I look at 1 week. I look at 10-day, 20-day, 30-day, 1 month. I look at 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, because what was incredible is that the diamonds, when they sold off, when the Dow Jones sold off, and I'd love to show it to you yet tomorrow on the chart, but it went right to one of our VWAP levels and it held. And that's where we became bullish on the market. It went to the 3-year VWAP pretty much to the penny, which is, it's incredible. Who would ever thought that VWAP would transcend all time frames? But 5 years later, there's no denying that it works. There's no denying that it works. And that's why I do this live thing every day, where I'm amazed that it works so often. That's why I let you guys come in to my chat room for a month for free, just so you could see this stuff. It is amazing. It is amazing. If Cron's at 350, I'm a buyer also. It's never going back below 5. Oh, I mean, I say that, I hope it never goes below 750. But now, if you're swinging Cron, really, it's just like, you know, again, it's that $10 level is where, you know, that's your danger zone. Breaks back under 10, you go on a 9.25, then you're going at 845, and then you're probably testing that 758, and then that double bottom down at 650. So I'm not going to say it can't go back below 750, but again, I'd hate to see it happen. But if you're willing, if you want to get out of it, I'm holding on for the long term. I think the stock's a $30 stock a couple of years from now. Again, it's a family stock too. You know, guys I know in the family own it. They got me in at a great price. I never even knew what this stock was back in the day, you know. But if somebody said, look, if you want to own one weed stock, you might as well own this one. So far, so good. We're in from, like, you know, right under $5. But again, stock ownership for what? You could just play with these things and have some fun. All right, guys. I'll wake you guys up tomorrow around 9:15 so I can make sure you guys are, you know, coming in the room. And we'll take it from there. All right, y'all? So Happy New Year, John P. Mike Noss, hopefully you come on back. Any guys out there that have been doing this for 10 years or whatever, come on back, because these setups are pretty straightforward. These trades are working. The only thing that's not working is you or me. The only mistakes that are made are not following these patterns, because these patterns are working. And admitting that you know nothing and you're powerless to this whole market, it is a great attitude, and I'm not going to switch gears anytime soon. As much as I want to own some stocks, I don't see the need to. Maybe after this first earnings season is completed, we'll see where we stand. If some stocks are still reasonably at prices that I like, maybe we get involved. Again, I'm not very enthusiastic about stock holding in general. And you know what I got right now? We'll see how it pans out tomorrow. And that's it. All right, y'all. I'll see you, and maybe I'll change my sweatshirt tomorrow. Remember the Babson sweatshirt? How old is this sweatshirt? Champions are back, man. This is old school Champion. I'm so cool now. My kids wanted Champion sweatshirts for Christmas. Like, I didn't know Champions was like, they were like cool anymore, but apparently they are. This sweatshirt's 30 years old. I'm cool again. If I was ever cool before. All right, on that note, clown with a Twitter account. Come on. Come and hang with us. You seem to be an active kind of guy. Come and see this trades. I mean, 3 or 4 trades a day, and that's it. And just, call it a day. I trade a whopping, wound up trading 4,264 shares today. Not a lot, but every one was a winner. Now, I should be trading more size, but we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when I get some more liquidity. All right. I'll see you guys in the morning. Have a pleasant evening. And again, I'll keep saying Happy New Year for at least 4 or 5 more days. No politics, no fishing recipes, no guns, no drugs. We're here to make money. We could talk about all that other bullshit some other time. All right? Money first. 2019, baby. See you guys.